Welcome back to I Change channel. This is Yulia Kosarenko, author of the book Business Analyst, A Profession and a Mindset. I lead the Mindset Mentorship Circle. I run courses and training, and I welcome you back here where on this channel you can learn about business analysis, BE techniques, how to be competent, how to develop your career, how to grow, and how to be happy in your job. Today, we have a really important topic. I'm very excited to talk about it because today we will talk about how to build a successful business analysis network, your professional network that will help you grow, that will help you flourish. We professionals must have a network, connections, people that we learn from, people that can learn from us, someone who may end up helping you find your next job or your next promotion, people that will share knowledge and best practices. And that's part of this amazing BA community that I love the most. It's this sharing of knowledge, it's making connections, and this is why I'm doing what I'm doing as well. So today I'll share with you 10 strategies to build or expand your business analysis network, your professional network for your success. Okay, so let's get going. We will start small, but from a very important point. First of all, build that network inside your own company, the company where you work. I know when we talk about networks, we sometimes mean external, we mean social media, we mean people we know from outside. But look into your company first. Does your company have other business analysts? Do you have a BA team? If you don't have a BA team as a unit, do you have people who are doing business analysis in different parts of organization? This is a very good way to start building your network because, again, you can do it during your working hours, provided that you are actually, doing something useful and you have approval and support. But it's an amazing way to start without necessarily going overboard, especially if you're busy, if you have a very busy family or social life. So find out, get to know other business analysts in your company. Is there a center of excellence? And if not, if you're a senior BA, maybe you could even initiate one. Do you hold regular BA huddles in your company? I have a whole video about BA huddles and their amazing value. BA huddles are where you just, get together and discuss projects and discuss what are you doing and maybe share one practice or help each other to find information. This is where, again, you learn from your colleagues and help your colleagues learn. Make some informal connections in your company. If you're a new BA, get to know other BAs more experienced, those that have been in company longer. They can share with you their knowledge, including that tribal knowledge that's very important, and understanding of political situation, perhaps, or some nuances. So that's your first step. Business analysis team or business analysis professionals in your company. Often companies not only will support it, but will even provide you with a little bit of a budget, for example, to help you have a business analysis lunch or together attend a meeting or training. Okay, so that was number one. Number two is consider joining a business analysis organizations and chapters. For example, IIBA and its chapters that are throughout the world. They're present in many large organizations. This is a great way to start building up your network. You can attend meetings, you can attend webinars. If you have a little bit of time, you can volunteer and help because these are volunteer-run organizations. You will build so many connections through IIBA chapters because you hear from other people. You connect to other people who already have been working in this world of business analysis for a long time, and through them you can gain those additional connections. If you attend any webinars or courses, and usually they're pretty affordable and sometimes free, connect with other people who attend those. Also, you can make connections in your local industries and companies because, again, if it's a regional chapter, often people who attend these chapter events are from different businesses in that community. You never know where your next job is coming from. You never know where you can hear a good lead or just make a friend. Because, again, making friends locally is really important, right? So that was number 2, joining business analysis professional organizations, IIBA chapters. Number 3, attending events, webinars, conferences. Okay, webinars often are free. Conferences may be free, maybe not. It really depends again on your budget. Sometimes your employer will support you if you want to go to a business analysis conference, but even you can find quite a few events that are free or almost free. In those events, again, not only you can hear something interesting about business analysis, exploring new topic, exploring something new, hearing about a new BA technique, but again, you are making connections. You hear people speak. You meet with other participants. Often participants exchange links to their LinkedIn profiles right there in the chat and invite everyone else to connect with them. You may hear from someone who actually is from your city, but you don't know. But now through this webinar participation, you can get to know them and maybe go for coffee sometimes. You can learn and how things are done in other countries, in other types of industries, and again, make those connections. Now, there is, of course, a variety of these events, right? So there is annual conferences, there are occasional webinars. Some IIBA chapters also run regular webinars. There are other organizations that run webinars. Sometimes those are done even by individual BA experts. So, for example, I once in a while will run a webinar as well. There are podcasts. There are certain hosts that do regular BA podcasts or live stream on YouTube. You just have to look. And many people share on LinkedIn whole lists of these business analysis related events, and you can choose from. If you're interested in events where I'll be speaking, I'll also add a link at the bottom here. Okay, so your number 3 was attending industry events, professional conferences, and webinars. Moving on, where else can you make connections and expand your business analysis network? Next one is taking courses. Now, you all probably came to business analysis slightly differently. Someone took courses in undergrad. Someone took additional business analysis courses after getting a degree in another area. You may even have worked in another career and then decided to pivot to business analysis. But oftentimes, we do take training in one shape or form or another. It could be live training in class, face-to-face. It could be online. But again, those courses allow you to meet other people. So there's usually a meet and greet time, like the first 5 minutes if it's an online course, for people to introduce themselves. And then again, you see someone from your area, from your state or province, or from a similar industry, send them a message, suggest to connect. You never know how that connection can develop in the future. Meet and connect with your instructors. Instructors are always happy to share their LinkedIn profiles, and often they share a lot of useful information, and other people are connected to them, and that allows you again to expand your network in many directions. By the way, while you are starting your business analysis journey, perhaps by attending webinars and conferences and attending courses, maybe eventually you would be interested in speaking as well, right? And speaking at industry events, of course, expands your reach and expands your network of connections even more. All right, so that was number 4. Number 5, join a mentorship group. These are communities of people who just get together to discuss topics, professional topics, and basically through that conversations, they mentor each other. They could be more or less experienced. Someone is up, someone is down, someone is in the middle of a very stable job situation, someone else is looking for a job, and they basically just exchange and share information. Those groups could be completely voluntary. They could be led by a leader. In my case, for example, I organized BA Mindset Mentorship Circle 2 years ago. We've been meeting since then. We have 3 groups, 2 intermediate and 1 experienced, where each group meets regularly, weekly. We vote on topics, so we select topics that most people are interested in, and every week we discuss a new topic. And during the discussion, everyone shares what is their experience, what do they find works, what doesn't work, what makes this particular situation more difficult to them, what tools and techniques they use to handle various situations. And again, that element of individual, like peer-to-peer mentorship, is extremely valuable. Many of our members also stayed connected, and they, even if they drop out and cannot continue meeting live, they usually stay in touch. So that's your mentorship. Of course, you can also find an individual mentor, but joining a group even gives you additional opportunities for those connections. Right, so we talked about number 5, group mentorship. Now number 6, attending local business events and business conferences. So it doesn't have to be business analysis related. There's almost so many business analysis conferences, right? You can plan. But just business in general, maybe local small business community, or conference that it is for a particular industry. Often in these conferences, there are also topics like managing projects, developing new products, process optimization, and all of those topics really are related to business analysis. So again, you can meet people from different industries, perhaps from your target industry, where you're looking for your next job or your next promotion. You could be asking business analysis related questions or sharing your BA expertise in these events, and perhaps you will meet a business leader or entrepreneur who actually can see the value and is interested. So that means that you're expanding your domain expertise as a whole, but you can always apply and build on your business analysis knowledge in these events, right? So that's business events and industry conferences in general. Number 7, volunteering. Okay? Even if you have a job, sometimes you have a little bit of spare time, you can volunteer, again, through a professional chapter. You can volunteer by helping a local charity organization, perhaps. You can volunteer by just going and talking to community college students about business analysis. So there are many, many ways to do that. There is a very interesting initiative during a business analysis day in November for business analysts just to go to the local high schools and just explain to students what does it mean to be a business analyst, to give more exposure to this profession. So volunteering is always a great idea, and again, creates new opportunities for you to meet people, right? Because everything we're talking about today is about expanding your professional connections, meeting people, getting to know more people, learning from others, teaching others, and in this way, again, growing professionally. Number 8, sometimes if you've tried these different opportunities, or for some reason these opportunities don't work for you, or perhaps the place where you live doesn't really have a lot of that, you can start something yourself, right? If you couldn't find a group, create a group. If you couldn't find an IIBA chapter, perhaps you want to start one. If you couldn't find a mentorship group to join, see if you can start one off. It could be in your company, like initiating a BA huddle, or it could be just in general. It was people in your social network. So you can always start something yourself, okay? Number 9, of course, there is social media and the internet, right? And this is where we find a lot of new connections. LinkedIn is one of the sources, but not the only one. So first of all, there is lots of websites of people who are experts in business analysis who have their own websites. I'll post a link to mine where you can learn from them, read their articles, hear about recent events. Often they post videos. On LinkedIn, the opportunity is unlimited. You can connect, you can follow others, you can join LinkedIn business analysis focused groups, or of course there are groups in other areas like data and analytics and visualization and process improvement and project management and product management, and the list goes on and on. So when you join LinkedIn groups, you can read interesting posts, you can post, you can share your opinion, participate in the posts, you can post your own thoughts. And again, you may hit it off with someone, you really like their post, follow them or connect with them, especially if you see that maybe they are from the same country or from the same region, from the same company sometimes. You end up meeting them on social media first. If you find that someone is asking really good questions, maybe you want to engage in some dialogue. And again, the opportunities are endless here. So sharing good posts that you think are useful for others. The only thing I really, really want to suggest, if you do create content, if you do post your thoughts, let it be your thoughts. Please don't just go and generate something off ChatGPT, because that's all been done, right? We've all seen it. The standard, very generic post about the value of business analysis. Post something interesting. Post something controversial. Challenge someone, or maybe joke or tell a funny story about your experience. So really, really make it personal. This is how you connect with people. Okay. Some other social media that you can consider as YouTube. Lots of really good channels on YouTube. Just search for business analysis. I have my own channel called Why Change. I know a lot of my colleagues in business analysis have also amazing channels. And again, it could be more of a learning type of video. There could be YouTube shorts, or they could be podcasts and conversations and interviews with people who are experts in various areas. You can read articles on platforms such as Medium, or on some established business analysis hubs like Modern Analyst. Periodic publications, and I'm going to give shout out to BA Digest published by Adrian Reed, IIBA blogs, so many, too many to list. These resources where you, first of all, you can find really good content, but you can also connect with the authors, connect with other people who comment, connect with those that you seem to have similar opinions or you have a similar perspective. This is another way to create those connections. When COVID started and I was just starting to develop my own consulting and training business, because of course we were all stuck at home, we were spending a lot of time on social media, but I met so many amazing people on LinkedIn that I would never have met otherwise, from all over the world, from every continent. We're in touch. We sometimes connect through comments or posts or some other ways, and it is really valuable. Finally, number 10, we're still talking about developing and expanding your professional connections. Number 10, please remember, even though you may be focused on business analysis right now, don't limit yourself to just business analysis connections. Yeah. Business analysis could be your career. You could be a lifelong career business analyst. You could just maybe at some point become a senior business analyst or be a manager or go into consulting. However, some business analysts choose to pivot their careers a little bit or a lot. You can pivot your career to data and analytics, to data science, to project management, to product ownership, maybe to security, to people leadership. There are many, many other directions. So when you make those connections, when you develop, connect with other people, with people in different roles. Some of them are also engaged in business analysis. They may have different title, but also for you to grow as a professional, you need to be learning about these tangential areas and other types of activities that are part of those projects, right? Because when you work on a project, maybe your job is to focus on requirements analysis and backlog management, but you work with business sponsors, you work with business stakeholders. Someone is concerned about process improvement. Someone works on product roadmap. Someone is more interested in change management and enabling user adoption. But these all together, these are the tasks that together make your project successful. So the more you learn, the more you get exposed to it, the broader is your own expertise, your competencies, and the wider your opportunities in the future, right? So try to develop. And one important area that I want to give a special shout out to is architecture. especially business architecture. That's another very viable way for career development, is to become a business architect, and someone who is more technical inclined may want to become a solution architect or data architect or enterprise architect. But again, these areas of knowledge have a lot in common. We can build detailed business analysis on top of a well-done high-level architecture for a program, for example. Likewise, architecture often needs an input in terms of understanding business requirements to try and understand what is that required solution and how to architect it. I worked with some business architects. At some point, I became a business architect, and then I collaborated with business analysts in my organization. It's a very important collaboration, so definitely learn about business architecture, architecture in general, get connected to other people. Again, read their posts, and everything I said applies to. Read more about data and analytics. It's a very important area for business analysts to be conversant in, and to be data savvy gives you a lot of advantages in your career development. If you're interested more in that, I have a full course on it, a video course that you can take in a self-paced mode. I'll post a link as well. Connect with me, please. So all of these different things I mentioned, these 10 strategies for building your business analysis network and making it a successful network that actually supports you in your career. I do a lot of those things as well. So I speak at IIBA chapter meetings, at conferences. I run my group mentorship. Sometimes I help other groups to organize events and so on. So follow me, follow other people who are frequently appearing in your business analysis feed, for example, on LinkedIn, and then pick and choose what works for you, what makes most sense, and build a network, because that successful network can help you if you're feeling down, maybe if you lost a job, or if you want to find a new job, if you're moving to a new area or a new country, maybe finding a job there. It can help you solve a difficult problem, or even just, inject a little bit of that BA humor when you feel down, when you had a bad day. So these are your professional friendships and professional connections that are really part of that overall, one of pieces of the puzzle that you need to complete to be happy in your life. If you want to learn more, contact me, find me on my website, whythischange.com, join our mentorship group. Stay tuned for next videos. Develop your professional network and be happy as a business analyst or in whatever career you will move on to next. Take care. Bye-bye.